Right now, get out your passport. Now take a look at that little blue booklet. It might seem like a simple document, but it's essentially a fickle key to the world. A key that, for some, opens far fewer doors than others. In this video, we're diving headfirst into the 30 countries Israelis can't visit in 2024. So, buckle up and grab a snack because by the end of this video, you'll not only be saying, "I did not know that," but you'll also be able to deliver a 10-minute lecture on international relations. Our first stop takes us to Afghanistan, a country that's sadly been synonymous with turmoil for far too long. Since the Taliban waltzed back into power in 2021, the country has taken a hardline stance against Israel. Decades of conflict, intertwined with a complex web of religious and political ideologies, have created a situation where simply existing as an Israeli puts you on the wrong side of the border control booth. Next, we journey to Algeria, a North African nation with a history as rich and layered as a perfectly baked baklava. Algeria's unwavering support for Palestine has been a cornerstone of its foreign policy. This isn't just some bureaucratic hurdle, it's a deeply ingrained stance rooted in anti-imperialist sentiment and solidarity with the Palestinian struggle. Bahrain, the island nation that dared to tread where few had gone before. Despite the Abraham Accords, Bahrain's stance towards Israeli travelers has become more complicated than a relationship status on Facebook. We're talking increased scrutiny, visa hurdles, and a general atmosphere of "you're welcome"-ish. Let's be honest, when you think of travel destinations, Bangladesh might not top everyone's list. However, if you hold an Israeli passport, prepare to keep on beating that path, because Bangladesh has a strict "no Israelis allowed" policy. Bangladesh has consistently aligned itself with the Palestinian cause, viewing Israel's actions as less than neighborly. So while you might be able to snap that perfect Instagram shot of a Bengal tiger, you'll have to do it without an Israeli passport in your back pocket. Brunei, the tiny nation on the island of Borneo, is known for its opulent palaces and pristine rainforests. They have one of the strictest no-entry policies for Israeli citizens. This stance is rooted in both religious conviction and unwavering support for Palestine. Look, we could spend the entire video dissecting the relationship between Iran and Israel, but frankly, we'd need a whole season of this show. Iran has long been one of Israel's most vocal critics, with a strict ban on Israeli nationals. This isn't just about politics, it's about deeply ingrained ideological differences that have fueled proxy wars and covert operations. As we move on to Iraq, we're sadly met with a familiar refrain: Israeli citizens, turn away. This ban isn't some recent development, it's a hangover from decades of conflict and mistrust. The scars of war run deep here, and the political landscape remains volatile. Kuwait, a small but mighty nation nestled in the Persian Gulf, is known for its oil wealth and its steadfast opposition to Israel. They have a strict "no Israelis allowed" policy rooted in Kuwait's unwavering support for Palestine. Lebanon, a country with a beauty that belies its tumultuous past. Lebanon and Israel are, technically speaking, still at war. This means that for Israelis, stepping foot in Lebanon isn't just frowned upon, it's essentially playing a real-life game of Frogger with your passport. Libya, a nation grappling with political instability and a humanitarian crisis, might not be at the top of everyone's travel bucket list. However, if you're an Israeli citizen, you might want to pack your bags for somewhere else. Libya has a long-standing ban on Israeli nationals, rooted in its commitment to the Palestinian cause. Now, we arrive in Malaysia, a Southeast Asian nation known for its vibrant culture and stunning beaches. Malaysia's government has been pretty upfront about its reasoning. They vehemently oppose Israel's actions towards Palestinians. Morocco, the land of bustling souks and stunning deserts, has been doing a bit of a diplomatic tango with Israel. While Morocco technically opened its doors to Israeli tourists, the political climate remains volatile. Oman, the Sultanate of the Arabian Peninsula, is known for its stunning mosques and breathtaking coastline. Oman has long walked a tightrope trying to maintain good relations with both Israel and its Arab neighbors. Pakistan, a nation with a history as turbulent as a roller coaster ride through the Himalayas, has a very clear stance when it comes to Israel. They don't recognize it as a state. This means Israeli citizens are about as welcome as a vegetarian at a barbecue competition. This policy is deeply rooted in Pakistan's identity as an Islamic nation, and its unwavering support for the Palestinian people. Qatar, the tiny but mighty nation that hosted the 2022 World Cup, might seem like a beacon of modernity in the Middle East. But when it comes to Israeli travelers, the welcome mat is a little frayed. While Qatar doesn't have an outright ban, getting an entry visa is about as likely as finding a penguin in the desert. Saudi Arabia, the Forbidden Kingdom. Saudi Arabia, the birthplace of Islam and home to more oil than you can shake a stick at, remains firmly off limits for Israeli passport holders. Now, there have been whispers about potential normalization, but for now, it's about as likely as me turning down a free trip to a chocolate factory. Somalia Danger Zone. Somalia, a nation ravaged by decades of conflict and instability, is unfortunately one of the most dangerous places on Earth. For Israeli citizens, the risks are amplified tenfold, with a strict no-entry policy in place. Sudan, a nation grappling with political turmoil and a humanitarian crisis, has reinstated its ban on Israeli nationals. This isn't about deep-seated ideological opposition, it's more about internal politics. Syria, a nation tragically ravaged by civil war, is unsurprisingly off-limits for Israelis. Tunisia, a North African nation known for its stunning beaches, has doubled down on its ban on Israeli travelers. The UAE signed the Abraham Accords, but things have gotten more complicated. While technically Israelis can still visit, the reality is far more nuanced, with increased visa restrictions and heightened security checks. Yemen, a nation ravaged by civil war and a humanitarian crisis, is a no-go zone for pretty much everyone, Israelis included. Indonesia, the world's largest island country, is firmly off-limits for Israeli passport holders. Djibouti, a tiny nation on the Horn of Africa, has a no-entry policy for Israeli citizens. This is largely due to Djibouti's alignment with its Arab and Muslim neighbors. The Maldives, those picture-perfect islands, might seem like a dream vacation spot, but for Israelis, it's a dream they'll have to put on hold due to a no-entry policy. Mauritania, a vast and sparsely populated country in West Africa, has maintained a strict ban on Israeli nationals. This policy is rooted in its support for Palestine and its desire to maintain solidarity with the Arab League. Bhutan, the Himalayan kingdom known for its gross national happiness index, might seem like a peaceful place. However, its isolationist policies extend to Israeli citizens, making it difficult for them to obtain visas. Egypt, the land of pharaohs and pyramids, might have a peace treaty with Israel, but Israeli travelers face increased scrutiny. Comoros, a small island nation off the coast of East Africa, maintains a strict no-entry policy for Israeli citizens. Cuba, the Caribbean island nation, presents a bit of a wild card for Israeli travelers due to its historical alignment with anti-Israel countries. So there you have it, the 30 countries where in 2024, holding an Israeli passport means facing closed borders and visa hurdles. It's a stark reminder that the freedom to travel is a privilege, not a right. Stay informed, travel safe, and always remember, there's more that unites us than divides us, even if it doesn't always feel like it.